This album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. It was all a dream.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You know, you have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, you know, criminals.
Masked, armed men who are in plain clothes that are snatching people off the streets, unwilling to identify themselves. You have the military being deployed in our streets. My God, this is America. You have states' rights being disregarded. So, you know, a constitutional crisis that's being created in front of our eyes. And the same week where we have a president who has deployed the military who are trained to kill our enemies, not Americans, but our enemies, are in our streets. It's the same week that we are going to have a military parade. Can you imagine that image that is going to be coming out of our country? I mean, I grew up in a dictatorship. And I don't even remember ever witnessing anything like that. To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the worst countries where the military are in our streets without any regard for people's constitutional rights, while our president is spending millions of dollars propping himself up like a failed dictator with a military parade. It is really shocking, and it should be a wake-up call for all Americans to say this is not the country we were born in. This is not the country we believe in. This is not the country our founding fathers imagined. And this is not the country that is supported by our Constitution, our ideals, our values. And we should all collectively be out in the streets rejecting what is taking place this week.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I didn't understand what the fuck she was saying. Most of what she was saying, shit didn't make no sense. First of all, she's talking about forefathers. Woman, you're from Somalia, and I'm a black American. Let's be realistic here. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, several other motherfuckers, Benjamin Franklin, were not our forefathers. They were slave masters and degenerates. Second of all, she talking about they're arresting people without showing their face. I just went on a Google search. They technically don't have to show their face. I don't know why people are so caught up on this, them showing their face, right? They don't want people to retaliate. Some of these people are from South American countries like Venezuela or Mexico, Central America, even Ecuador and Chile. Yeah, if they see your face, they may try to send people up here. They already have mules coming up here. They may try to retaliate. So people don't want to be known Not because they're doing shit to them. I don't know if they're raping them or stealing shit off their person. I don't know these things. What I do know is they're tackling them because motherfuckers ain't giving up easily. When they say stop running and they come for you, you supposed to just, like what they say for black people, supposed to comply. Y'all not complying, so they having to sack y'all and Warren Sapp tackle you. And I'm assuming that they probably would gracefully just handcuff you and shit and keep it moving if you just put your hands behind your back. But you motherfuckers trying to run through apartment complexes, jump over fences, run through gated communities. Like, nah, son, when you make me exercise, I gotta catch your ass and you might get body slammed. I'm just gonna say. And when we talk about constitutional rights, I wish I know my constitution for the most part. I don't think it says anybody that's not a birthright citizen or deemed an undocumented person from another country, you don't get carte blanche. Like I'm still trying to figure out how fuck people be saying, oh, they're not respecting their constitution. That is only extended to citizens of this country. If you are not a naturalized citizen or a birthright citizen, you don't get that courtesy. Like, I'm sorry, it sounds fucked up, but yeah, that's why Trump has been disregarding it. Because if you from Venezuela, I don't have to fucking treat you like. Now, as a person, a human being, you probably should treat people respectfully and courteously. But one, these people are already breaking our laws, right? And I know it sounds fucked up because white man stole this country or bought parts of it from, like, you know what I'm saying, the indigenous people. However, that's 500 years removed. In the 500 years, Mexico hasn't tried to get Texas and southwestern states back. Since the Louisiana Purchase, France hasn't tried to get that shit back. What the fuck are we talking about here? People, especially South Americans, want to apply shit to everyday or daily living. You can't say that, one, the American government didn't steal the land. The Spanish did. And then y'all got it back. And you motherfuckers only had it like within 10 years. It ain't like y'all had it for 100 years. You had southwestern states and Mexico for 10 years. You sold a lot of those southwestern states. Places like Texas, Arizona, Utah, Nevada. Or not Nevada, Utah, what other state? New Mexico. Like, you sold that shit. California, you don't get it back. And I may be oblivious to this or like ignorant to the fact, but I didn't recall reading or be taught or even go to college and learn that y'all tried to buy the shit back. You sold it for $15 million, which would have been about $255 million in today's currency. Let it the fuck go. They set up parameters. They don't want you to break the parameters. At the end of the day, the only thing you can do is respect the parameters. You've been here 20 years without documentation. You got to go. And the whole point of actually, like, they're making it seem like they don't want brown people or people of color as immigrants here. No, it's because you overstayed your welcome, and it's literally becoming an effect to our economy, namely our social welfare programs. Like, we don't have enough food stamp money and transitional housing to keep printing out for you people. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you go through the proper channels, they may allocate that. But if your ass been here 30 years, you just been eating the system resources. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they probably tired of that shit. Me personally, I don't like. I mean, I give a fuck because it's my tax money, but I didn't vote for the orange nigga. So, like, if it's happening, don't blame me. Blame white folks. I voted for the black dude that would have been less harsh on your ass. I voted for Cornel West. You know what I'm saying? In all good faith, I couldn't vote for Kamala. She was too stupid. But yeah, I didn't vote for the orange dude. So, like, those are the explanations I'm gonna assume why he's doing what he's doing. Or it could be the fact that he just don't like brown people, right? And you getting your nigga wake up call. And it happens. In any event, if y'all like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.
No.